Hello everyone, my name is James, also known as JKP on YouTube. Welcome to Rising Potential. Today's topic of the video will be the next generation Xbox and rumors going around explaining that the next generation Xbox, Xbox 720, Xbox Infinity, Xbox 8, whatever it may be called, there is a rumor going around that it may need to require in-game installs and it's not going to be using used games. It has to be online all the time. And I'm going to give my thoughts on what I think is going to happen, or my thoughts on the rumors. So if you don't know, I'm a humongous Halo fan, and I obviously have an Xbox, and I do own a PS3, but I've always been more of an Xbox player myself, so I'm really looking forward to the next generation Xbox. So when I first read the article, by the way, the link in the description is the article in full detail. Check it out if you want to see everything about it, but anyway, so requires installs. So when I first read this, what I originally thought was that when you get an Xbox 720 game on a disc, like you get in like a GameStop or Walmart, any other game disc, you get the disc, you put it into your console, and you have, like this time they're saying you have to install it. Now for me that wasn't an issue because every time I bought a new game, I would always install it no matter what. That way my Xbox wouldn't run as hard and the disc wouldn't spin that fast. That way my Xbox wouldn't have more of a hard time. Pretty much installing discs or installing games onto my hard drive made it to where my Xbox could play the game better and faster loading times. So I had no issue with that. I'm like, oh well, I always do that, so there's no issue. I read into it more. I'm like, oh, I get it now. What they want, or what the rumor is that when you install a game onto your Xbox 720, all the data from the disc is now on your console, and pretty much you have a blank disc now. So if you wanted to go over to your friend's house with that game disc, you cannot play the game because the data from the disc is on your other console. So pretty much it's saying that you can't play used games, and you can't share your games to your friends because when you install it, that data is on your Xbox 720 and it's not on the disc, so you can't share it with your friends. So right off the bat, my first impressions of that is that, well, it's going to suck if you can't do that. Like, oh, here's a game, borrow it. I did find an alternate way around that. You just give your friend your hard drive, but then again, you're not only are you giving your friend the game so he can play, but you're giving him all your data and everything. So, honestly, it makes it a lot harder for you to play games with your friends locally. It's a shame because I think a lot of the game developers like Microsoft and Sony and possibly Nintendo, I think what they're thinking now is like the internet is so big for everybody, and like LAN parties and playing co-op split screen, those days are gone. But they're not. I mean, I personally rather play co-op with my friend next to me than play with my friend online. Granted, if we're like halfway across the country, it is nice to play with them online. But if I have a chance to play with my friend right next to me in real life, I'd rather do that. I think the experience is more fun, it's more enjoyable, and I think it's more intense. And so I really like that part of cooperative stuff, and that is pretty much taken away by this install process. Like I said, you can give your friend, like, say I come over to my friend's house and then I bring my hard drive with me. So yeah, we can play the game together. It's now technically on my Xbox. It's not, oh, here's the game disc. Do I want this to happen? No, I do not want this to happen because, I mean, I shouldn't go out of my way to, take out my hard drive and put it with me. And I think that takes away a lot of features. I think that is a really bad business decision. And then again, it does, I guess it does kind of save space. And if you put it onto your Xbox 720 hard drive, I'm guessing it's just like installing a game on the 360, like faster loading times, and the disc can never get scratched because you're not running it on the disc, you're running it on the hard drive. So I guess it gets rid of those things, but I don't know, it just makes it harder to, play cooperative split screen or hang out with your buddy and have LAN parties. It makes it much harder to do that unless you have your hard drive with you, and people have to have multiple versions of the game. They can't just plug the game into an Xbox and go for it. So I hope that this is not the case, but if it is the case, I can see why they're doing it. And just bring your hard drive with you would be a solution, I guess, but it makes it much more difficult. So I hope this isn't true, but if it is, I don't know. We'll see what happens. But so I guess the next rumor is no use games. Like it can't play use games. I think that is probably the stupidest thing I ever heard because it gets rid of big companies like GameStop. I know people don't like GameStop. They hate GameStop actually, but I mean GameStop is a business, and you know they probably pay a lot of money to like get exclusive pre-order bonuses by certain companies. And I'm sure GameStop would be really hurt if they heard about this, that they can't play used games, which pretty much pulls a middle. Pretty much, it's like Microsoft giving GameStop a middle finger to the face, saying we're not going to let used games play on our consoles, which completely destroys GameStop's marketing, and they'll go out of business. So I think that's a huge slap in the face to GameStop. But I really hope the next generation Xbox can play used games, because a lot of people don't like going out and paying $60 for games, because $60 is sometimes too much. And a lot of games these days seem like big cash. And it's like a game just came out recently, Gears of War Judgment. That game's a piece of shit, and it should not be worth $60. It should be worth $20 at most, because the game sucks. And you know, games like, I don't know, Halo 4, I don't mind paying $60 for. Games like Deus Ex Human Revolution, I don't mind paying $60 for. Games like Gears of War Judgment or God of War Ascension, I don't want to pay $60 for, because it's just like the same. Games like Call of Duty, I don't want to pay $60 for, because it's the same fucking thing as the last 10 were. Honestly, I think games for next generation consoles should go down to around, I think if games were priced at $40, I think that would be great. I definitely think that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo would sell a shit ton more copies if they reduced the price tag. But that's not going to happen, unfortunately. And there's even another rumor going around that the next generation games prices are going to be $70. Stop raising the fucking price. And I feel bad for people in fucking Australia, because their game prices are drastically like twice as much as we are in the US. So don't raise the price, if not lower it. I guarantee you, if you lower the price for games, your sales will go up by like twice as much. Guarantee you. Finally, the last topic is, I forgot what the last topic was. Oh yeah, that the Xbox 720 has to be online at all times. Out of the three rumors, I guess out of the four, out of the more expensive games, always online, can't play used games, and game installs are mandatory, I hope that the online rumor is not true. Because if it is, I'm fucking screwed. Because my connection in my house is not good. It's mediocre at best. Some days it's okay. On rare occasions, I have good internet, but on most occasions, my internet is between shit and okay. And I know if you want to have a console running at all time, you must have really good internet, and I don't have really good internet. And I know a lot of people who I also know who also don't have amazing internet, and I guarantee you there's people out there in the world who also don't have amazing internet. So, unless you're fucking Bill Gates, you're fucking screwed. And that's stupid. I don't know why you would need to be online all the time to play like a single-player game that doesn't require online at all. It's like, I want to play the Halo 5 campaign. Oh, wait. Like I'm playing it, and then, like, say I get disconnected from Xbox Live. Yet I don't need Xbox Live to play a single-player campaign, yet it boots me out of the game saying you can't play this single-player game you can't play this. It doesn't need online, but you can't play it because we're fucking, fuck you. So, and this thing happened, this same idea is actually happening right now on Halo 4 Spartan Ops. You don't need to be you must be online to play Spartan Ops. Why? There's nothing, Spartan Ops is like campaign, except I don't know why you have to be online to play it. And sometimes when I'm not connected to Xbox Live, they won't let me play Spartan Ops, which I think is fucking retarded. So I really hope that the always online feature is false. I hope it's not true. Excuse me. If it is, I'm going to be so upset, and I'm going to try my hardest to get a better connection. Also, if, going back to the first rumor that requires game installs, if that is true, Microsoft better give us like a 1 terabyte hard drive. Otherwise, we're fucked. Because if they don't give us a big enough hard drive to install a shit ton of games, then how the fuck are we going to install a shit ton of games? Are they going to make us go out and buy like 5 hard drives and give them more money? I hope not. We need at least a 500 gigabyte hard drive. At least a 500 gigabyte hard drive. I would like to see a 1 terabyte hard drive. I think that would be awesome for the Xbox 720. Do I need a 1 terabyte hard drive? Probably not, but if this game installs thing is true, I'm probably going to need at least a 500, and it's always nice to have some extra space. Those are my thoughts on the rumors. Click here for my last video, where I talk about the Halo 4 matchmaking bulletin, whatever title update, and my second to last video where I talk about the new soundtrack Volume 2 for Halo 4 coming April 9th, 2013. My name is James Klim. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for some more Halo topics right here on Rising Potential.